have a macOS install script that installs all of the applications that I use. This is done through Homebrew, which is the package manager that I use. This script also does other things, like configuring each one of my macOS system settings, like hot corners, hide the dock, hide the menu bar, and all that stuff. It clones my dotfiles. There's many things that are done by this script. But yesterday I received a few donations in some of my different videos, and one of the questions or one of the concerns is that there is no clear instructions on how to install the applications that I use in Setapp and which applications those are and how I use them. This is a video that I have been wanting to do for a long time, so let's just jump right in, and I'm going to go over each one of the applications and give a quick or brief overview on how I use them and how I set them up. I'm going to show you the settings for each app in case that you want to configure them the same way. So if I come to Setup here, and on the left hand side under my apps, you will be able to see the applications that are installed in this computer right now. Okay, some of them have a little heart next to them, which is the ones that I like a lot and that I always use, and some of them don't have it. But all of the ones here under my apps are installed currently in this computer. So these are the applications that we will go over in this video. And there is a reason why I put that little heart on each one of the apps that I actually use, because when I deploy a new Mac or I reinstall macOS or something, the final step is come here to Setup and click on Install All in this section that says Favorites, right? So that is a way for you just to mark the applications that you want to have always installed, so you can come here and install them at the same time. This video is not sponsored by Setapp. I think it should, because I talk about Setapp all of the time. I think it's a wonderful tool, so you can go and check it out. I'm going to leave a link in the video description, which is my affiliate link, in case they want to give Setapp a try. They give you a 7-day free trial, I think, something like that, so you can see if it's worth it or not. But if you want to sponsor me and help me keep this channel going, like to pay with some fees that I cover every month, like the podcast hosting fee and other stuff, I'm going to leave the link to the YouTube memberships in the video description. The first application on the list here is Bartender. So if I bring my mouse here over the top, the macOS menu bar shows up, and notice that only the icons that I want to have here are there on the main menu bar. The spacing between them is really small, so that's what this application does. If you click on it, it's just gonna show you other icons that you don't need to have on the main menu bar, right? But this is not too useful for me because I rarely come to this menu bar on the top. I'm always using this bar you see here, which is SketchyBar. It's just a custom macOS menu bar developed by the community. But in case that you want to see the settings for Bartender, just gonna right click here, Bartender settings. Here's the main screen, the spacing, menu bar item spacing, here it is. Menu bar items, so here you can drag items between the two bars. You can also drag some other ones here to the always hidden menu bar items. Style, I don't care about this. Presets, seems that you can export presets. I haven't used this. Nothing changed here, nothing changed here. Advanced, nothing as well. I wouldn't be using Bartender if it was not included in Setapp, to be honest, because it's not that useful for me. Now, on the other hand, CleanShot is the app that I use to take screenshots. I do use this every day. I do love this tool. So, to give you a quick demo, if I type here caps lock A, this is going to show up, and it allows me to do different things, right? Capture an area, full screen, window, scrolling timer, OCR, record the screen, or set a specific aspect ratio for the screenshot that I want to take. So I can click on it and select, for example, 16:9. So if I need to screenshot something for a video, right, the thumbnail is going to be 16:9. So this is really useful. CleanShot has a lot of features, and I'm not going to cover each one of them in this video, but I did create this video 8 minutes long 2 weeks ago. Go and check it out, and I cover CleanShot in depth there. Yoink, I used to use this app in the past, but I don't use it anymore, so I'm just going to unmark it from there. In Your Face is another application that I do use. It's quite useful as well. So before a meeting starts, you get like a full screen message on the screen with the meeting link. So if you click on that, it's just gonna help you join the meeting so you don't get the calendar notification that sometimes you miss. It's really intrusive, and I think that's the goal, so that you don't miss your meetings. So let me go to the settings real quick. If I click on it, notice that this privacy mode is selected, so it blurs all the meetings just in case that you're sharing your screen or something. So if we go to settings, you'll be able to see the different settings. This is the general tab. Nothing changed here. If I click on calendars, you can see the list of emails that you want the application to have access to. So it's gonna show you all of the events for those emails or for those accounts. I'm not gonna click there because you'll be able to see my accounts, but this is where you set it up. Reminders, I don't know what this is, I don't use it. Event filters, I didn't change anything there. Menu bar, you can choose the icon there. Shortcuts, I don't have any shortcuts, but here are the defaults. I don't use them as well. And if we go to appearance, here is what the notification is going to look like. So it gives you a button to join the meeting directly as shown here. You can click OK or you can snooze it. Just gonna click here on show demo alert and let's see what happens. Okay, you can see it there in the background. I'm just gonna hit escape. The next application on the list is Paste. This is another one of my favorite applications as well. Really useful. I use it every single day. So if I type hyper W, it's gonna bring up Paste, and you'll be able to see here at the bottom the different items that I have in my clipboard history. You can search for stuff, you can delete items from here, you can preview images, you can preview videos. If you have a link for a video, it's gonna show it here. But I know what the comment is going to be down below. But Raycast has a clipboard manager as well. Yeah, it does. I used it for a long time. I don't remember why I prefer Paste over that Raycast clipboard manager, but that's what I use, as it's already included in Setapp. If I wouldn't pay for Setapp, I wouldn't pay for the Paste application by itself. I would probably try the Raycast one and see if it works or not, but since I'm paying for Setapp, that's what I use. And in case that you're wondering, why when I press Hyper A, this shows up, or if I press Hyper W, this shows up, or Hyper Q shows this crosshair? This is because I have a lot of key maps configured in macOS. The tool that I use to do this is Kanata. I used Carabiner in the past. I have a lot of videos about Carabiner. So if you want to learn more about Kanata and how I do all this, go and check this video. Here are the settings for Paste. I don't think I have anything special there. Just notice this error right now. So if I toggle this, probably it's going to fix it. So paste items to the active app. I think that's useful. You can choose for how long you can keep your history. Open up login, of course. Let's see the shortcuts. Here is the shortcut, Hyper W, or all of the keys and W, which caps lock in my case is hyper. So that's why it works. This paste tag is pretty useful as well. I haven't used it in a long time, but if you add items to the paste tag, let's say that you add 10 different items to it, and then you paste them, it's gonna paste them in the specific order in which they were added in the stack. Let's give it a try. I'm just going to bring the stack up here. That's what she said. So it's Command-Shift-C in my case. Notice that that brings this up. Let's say that I want to add different items, right? Like this one. I'm just gonna copy this, and then I'm just going to copy this other one. Then I'm just going to copy this, and I'm just going to copy this section right here. And let's say that I want to copy this here as well, and this other one as well. Notice how all of those are added to the stack. And notice that I have them here. I'm going to paste them in Neovim. It doesn't make too much sense, but just so you can have an idea, you can specify here the order. If you click, it's just going to invert the order. So let's paste them in this order, right? So I'm just going to do B here to paste, down here again, down here, down here, down here, and down there. All of the items were added there in that specific order. I'm gonna switch to this other scene so you can see my keyboard. You'll be able to see it there at the bottom right corner. This is Permute. So what do I use this for? Let's say that I have this PNG image, right? But the size is too big. This one is 321 kilobytes. So I can come here and I can click here, file size in restriction, and I can make it 50 if I want, right? So I just selected that option, then I can click here, start. So if I open this image, just going to right click on it, gonna click on show in Finder, and we're gonna see that the size of this image is 50 kilobytes. If I want it to be JPEG or if I want it to be a PDF, it helps you converting stuff between formats. You can create a PDF out of multiple images if you wanted to. It allows you to do a lot of stuff. Converting images usually is what I use it for. BetterTouchTool. I use this one a lot as well, and it's a wonderful application. The one that I use the most is for screenshots. So here's my magic mouse. You can see it here. 2-finger click is gonna send this. So if I do 2-finger click, this shows up so I can take a screenshot of a specific area. Once I take the screenshot, it's automatically saved in the clipboard. So I can paste it in a different applications. You can use modifiers here, as you can see on the left-hand side, to perform different actions. If we go to keyboard shortcuts here, you're gonna see the different shortcuts that I use. I don't use all of these right now because I'm using Kanata, so I was able to replace a lot of these with Kanata. I just used a few. So for example, if I need to start a recording, I use this, which executes some tasks, right? So notice that it closes, well, opens some applications, it executes some scripts, then it toggles do not disturb on. And if I want to stop a recording, I also use this. If, for example, I want to dismiss the notifications that show up very often here on the right hand side, I have this dismiss notifications. So with the shortcut, I execute this, and it's just going to perform this close all notifications, alerts, and notification center. Maybe there's an Apple script for this. I didn't find it. So if you know what the Apple script to do this is, let me know please in the comments down below. Also, if you know the Apple script to toggle do not disturb on or off, let me know as well. But yeah, this is quite useful. I think I will be able to replace it entirely with Kanata. I have almost replaced it. I would say a 90% with Kanata, but just missing a few things like the ones that I mentioned. But the screenshots definitely is one of the things that I do with my Magic Mouse, and I do that multiple times a day. AlDente Pro, this is an essential application. You need to have it installed at all times if you have a laptop. This is going to take care of your battery. Here is the application on the top right corner. I'm just going to click on the gear icon there. So it shows me a lot of information there. Notice that the maximum capacity right now is 98%. And it always keeps my battery at around 80%, right? You can top it if you want so that it charges it to 100% in case that you're gonna use it for a long time disconnected. That's fine. But let me quickly go through the different settings. Schedule, I do have this automatic calibration of the battery. Notice that it's here and it repeats bi-weekly and it starts at this time. Here you can see the history of the times that it has done it. General, here's the settings. Charge, here are my settings. Features, here are the different settings as well. This is what happens when it goes into calibration mode, charges to 100%, then goes down to 15, goes to 100, holds for 1 hour, and then goes to 80%. Shows you the last time that it was calibrated. Here are other settings as well. In the pop-up window, I don't have anything there. I'm not sure what this is. That is one of the questions that everyone has all the time. Should I keep my Mac plugged in or no? The answer is yes, but if you use this application, macOS, that includes some power management feature, but they don't work quite well. So I would highly recommend you to turn those off and use this application. PDF Squeezer, I don't need to go through the settings of this one. If you have large PDFs, they want to compress a little bit or a lot, this tool helps a lot there. Download and trim videos. This helps you download videos from different platforms, not only one. So in case that you need to do that, I don't know, for something, you can use this application. This is just a media player. It replaces QuickTime. In my case, it's useful as well. in case you want to give it a try. There's other media players, so if you know about a good one that could replace this one, please let me know down in the comments as well. Close windows for mission control. So if I bring up mission control, you're gonna see this, and I can close applications, this X menu here. So that is what this allows me to do. I use it from time to time, not that useful, but sometimes it becomes handy. Check Mac camera in a click. So this is just in case that you want to see your camera and you want to put it like here in a circle. If you want to put the camera here as a circle when you're in meetings or something, or if you want to record videos, you can use this application. I haven't used it lately, but I did use it in my first videos. So for now, I'm just going to unheart it because I don't need to have it installed every time that I install a new app. But it's useful in case that you want to see what's going on in your camera before you enter a meeting, or if you want to record a video and you want to have your face in there, that's useful. CleanMyMac. This is a really controversial application. I got in trouble in Reddit because I talked about CleanMyMac, but it's useful from time to time. I don't run it at login. I only run it when I need to clean stuff up, right? So I disabled it as a login item. If I need to clean my computer up, or if I need to, I don't know, delete stuff, or I don't know, do maintenance, like general maintenance on the computer, I open it up, I run it, and works fine. And since it's included in Setapp, why not? Compress and unarchive files. I installed this one as well so that I can double click on zip files and it's just going to automatically uncompress them. That's great. Open links in select browsers. That is OpenIn. I used this application for a long time, but my good friend Roman created something similar to this, so I'm not using OpenIn anymore. Right now, the application that I'm using is this one, Eligere. Notice that there's some nuts there and Roman is looking at him, and Eligere means pig. So yep, this is the one that I'm using. If you want to go and check it out, the video is going to be in the video description as well. ForkLift. Okay, so let's be honest. Finder sucks. There's a lot of people that love Finder and that they say that is the best tool in the world. It's not. Finder is a really bad file explorer. But there is this alternative that is included in Setapp. I have been using it, works just fine. So what do I like about it? Notice that I have two panes, right? The left and the right. I can drag stuff around from here to here. I can sort my items by date added here or by name if I want to with a single click. That is not something that Finder can easily do. I have multiple tabs here on the top. I have multiple tabs here on this other pane as well. If I do Control E, shows me the sidebar, or I can hide it quite easily. Or if I do Control G, shows me the preview as well on the other side. I can hide it as well. You can have your favorites here and all of your different items. Let me go to the settings so you can take a look at them real quick. Settings. This is the theme that I created. It's just using my colors, the colors that I use everywhere in my terminal and in macOS. If I click on the pencil, you can specify the colors there. General, I didn't modify anything, just the terminal application, I think. Set it to ghosty. Compare tool. Xcode, okay, whatever. I don't care about that. Shortcuts. This is where I modified some of them, like Control E and Control G. So here is show preview is Control G. And show sidebar is Control E. You can see it there. Those are the ones that I use the most. Also, if I want to navigate between the tabs, I use another one. Here, show previous tab and show next tab, which is the exact same ones that I use in my browser, right? So if I switch to my browser, since I use Kanata, I configured this. So if I leave S pressed and I type the letter L, it's gonna switch to the next tab, this one to the next one, previews, right? With leaving S pressed and H and L. I do the same thing in ForkLift, the exact same keyboard shortcuts. These were wrong. What I actually use here is Command Shift open square brackets and Command Shift close square brackets. That's what I use in the browser. So just modify those if you want to match them your browser. Transfers, I didn't modify anything here. Tools, nothing. Editing, nothing there. Themes, I already showed you that. And tags. There's many other things that this tool can do, but I don't use it too much because I spend most of the day in the terminal, but just go and explore and you'll find other features, I'm pretty sure. Presentify. Oh man, this tool is awesome. Let me switch to my browser here and I'm gonna type Hyper E. You're gonna notice this green dot on the screen. So I can draw something here and I can draw an arrow if I want it there. If I hit escape, it's just going to clear my screen. I'm going to hit Hyper E 2 times and notice that the controls show here at the very top. I'm just gonna move them to the right so that you can see them right there. I can change the color if I want it. I can choose a different tool like the arrow if I want, or this other one as well. Many things that you can do, or if you want to type text, just click on it and text. You can also switch between the tools using characters. So if I bring it up, Hyper E, and this is an arrow, but if I want to type text, I'm just going to type the letter T. You can see the small t in there. I click on it, text. If I hit escape here, it's just going to switch me to normal mode, like a Neovim we could say, and I can choose a different tool. If I type C, for example, it's just going to be a circle. D, I think it would be for touch draw turned on. I don't know what that is, but you can explore it with the tool and see the different options. But it's amazing if you're doing videos and people need to follow and stuff like that. Trickster. Okay, so this is one of my favorite tools, especially if you do a lot of video and play with content. Let's say that I download or that I record this video that I'm recording right now. When I'm done, I'm just going to type G on my keyboard. I just press it for 250 milliseconds and it brings up Trickster. So I can drag this to DaVinci Resolve, or if I download a thumbnail from Canva right from my browser, I just bring up Trickster with G. It's gonna show up here and I can drag it to whatever I need to drag it, like to YouTube, if it's gonna be the thumbnail for a video or something. So this is an amazing tool. It can replace Finder like up to, I don't know, 90%. Only some of the times I still need to go to ForkLift and drag files around between the two different panes. But usually what I do is Trickster all of the day, every day. So if you haven't heard about this application, I would highly recommend you to check it out. I have a video that I released a month ago in which I go over Trickster in detail. Go and check it out. It's the video shown here. I also talked to the Trickster developer. We did an interview a few days ago. I still have to edit it and publish it, but I asked them how fair is Setapp to developers. So I covered that in this video as well. It's just a 2-minute video in case you want to check it out. Find anything in a PDF with AI. This is useful in case that you have old PDF files that are not searchable, right? This tool is going to find everything, even if the PDFs were taken like as pictures, images, right? It will find the text in there. So useful as well sometimes. This batteries one, I don't use it. I'm just going to unmark it because I don't need to install it in new macOS computers that I deploy. So that concludes the overview of all of the applications that I use in Setapp. Is Setapp a tool that I recommend? Yes. Is Setapp a tool that I use every day? Yes. Could I pay for the applications with my own money? Yes, but I think they would be more expensive. Something that I like about Setapp is that shows me new applications that could be useful. And if there's an application that I want to try out, if let's say that I saw it in a video, the first place that I go is to Setapp to see if it's there and I install it to give it a try so that I don't have to pay for it. But that's just my personal opinion. If you know other tools, please let me know down in the comments because I'm always looking for alternatives. Now that you saw what my workflow is, if you find similar tools that could be of my interest, let me know in the comments down below as well. A shout out to my friend Bertma, which recently became a YouTube member in the executive producer level. You're gonna see his name somewhere around here. So if you wanna become a member, remember I'm going to leave the link in the video description, as that helps keep the channel going and pay for some costs that I need to cover every month from my own money. If you want to watch another video that I created not too long ago about the applications that I use in macOS, not only the ones that I use in Setapp, go and check this video that is going to be up here. And if you want to see the video in which I install macOS with a single script, that is going to be shown in this video right here. Hope you learned something. That's it for today. See you in the next video.